So I read a comment yesterday asking if I can make a Vegito vs Gogeta animation, and I agreed because why not? Now for obvious reasons, many people will have their own interpretations of the fight, but here's how I'd make the fight go. I'm assuming you're looking at this wondering what kind of bullshit. So basically the animation starts off with a black screen while Vegito's sword cuts into frame, just in case it was a little hard to tell given what you're looking at. I also want to make a smooth transition with this sword, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. Let's just see how this turns out first. Now if we fill in the sword, we've got this. Nice. So this is that swing action I was trying to achieve. It's not complete, but to move on I have to draw Vegito first. Now don't get me wrong, I don't think this is terrible, I just think I can make this a lot better. So... because a still frame like this would be a little uninteresting, I made a loop out of it. And now it's slightly less uninteresting. So my guy needs his sword back, so let's just add that real quick. After that, I made some changes to the sword swing motion, then I finished off with Vegito dashing into the camera, and we've officially got the first shot of the video. I'm gonna need a very clear shot of Gogeta, not just to introduce him into the animation, but also for the thumbnail, because I don't think this would hit very well. So since Vegeta was low-key on his cheeks, I have him dash back kind of slow motion when he's in frame, which was much harder than I thought. Look at this. And this is 3 attempts in. But this was my 4th attempt, and I feel like I can actually work with this. Oh, by the way, I know it looks messy, so you gotta bear with me. Never mind, I really thought I was doing something. So new idea, I'll have him transform into Super Saiyan as he's going back, so that way instead of him being in some stupid stance, he'll just casually dodge and transform. And it'll look cool. This is what I had so far, but at this point I was on the verge of just restarting the shot completely. Despite being the one who made it, this sequence only kind of made sense to me, and this pose that Gogeta's in has so many small problems with it that I don't even know how to explain or fix it. So I could either keep trying to fix it, or delete it and start over. Maybe this time I should probably cut introductions short. Like, we know who these characters are and we have plenty of time to see them too. This picture I was using as a reference, this was the pose that I was trying to go for in the first try, but eventually it somehow evolved into what it did. But I'm doing it properly now. So yeah. Though I didn't like my attempt, what I did like was this impact frame. I couldn't let it go to waste. It would hurt my soul almost as much as it would to draw hands. So I had to make another one, exactly like it, except with this drawing instead. So this camera movement looks really slow, but if I take frames away, it'll go too fast. So my solution is what one would call trickery. If I make a fast moving background, it should look a lot faster than it actually is. And now because this is a Super Saiyan transformation, I gotta give him some Super Saiyan aura. Meanwhile, Vegito is still hunting this man, so Gogeta needs to leave before he gets dinked. I added Vegito's sword in at the very last second, and we now have the second shot of the video. First things first, a couple of impact frames, because of course. I'm gonna be honest, when I started this drawing I didn't actually have a reference, and I didn't know where to find one either. All I had to do was just hope the stars make a perfect alignment and I was able to whip something up real good. Yes, my animations are running off hopes and dreams. What about it? I think easily the worst part about this is like, look at me trying to fix this like it's not that bad. What are you doing? So you may notice at the very end for a few frames he gets closer. That's because we're zooming into his hand to emphasize the power of his second attack. Which means... yes, it will be tough, but it's for the animation. It will be worth it. And we're not going to talk about why Vegito's glove looks like a cinder block, alright? It's out of frame for a reason. You're not meant to see it. Anyways, I added a background because it's pretty important or else this next part is just not going to make sense. And once again, we are not going to talk about why there's only one mountain in this entire landscape. And because he's just launched a massive slash of energy, I added an explosion.